The next step that we need to take is to add and subtract rational functions, which is something you may remember from a long time ago on how to add and subtract any fractions. But the denominators must be the same, so we get the phrase common denominators. And we can only change denominators by multiplying, and the reason why you have to multiply the top and bottom is when you multiply by 1, you're not changing the value of that fraction. So you don't have to do the least common denominator, you just have to have a common denominator. Because what some people will try to do is think about how 4 and 6, that their least common denominator is 12, but you don't have to do the problem that way. So we have a lot of different options. Most times I try to do the least common denominator, but you don't have to. But I'm going to try and teach it that way. So the least common denominator between 4x and 6x is 12x. And so the thought process is, and I'll try to color code it, that if you multiply this 4 by 3, then you'll get to 12 with an x. Well, that's only acceptable if you multiply the top by 3 as well, and you need to distribute that in there. So we're looking at 6x minus 15. And again, just to color code, to get from 6 to 12 is to multiply by 2. Well, in order to do that, you have to multiply the top by 2 as well. So that makes it 8x plus 4. And the fact that it's a plus problem, it stays plus in between. And that's how we add and subtract fractions. So your final answer, and this might not be the final answer, but 6x plus 8x is 14x. Negative 15 plus 4 is negative 11 all over 12x. And the reason why I say might not be your final answer, if you don't have the least common denominator, you might have to simplify. That's why it's best to find the least common denominator. So if you look at the next one, it's going to take some time to figure this out, by the way. It's not just going to happen for you. Is the common denominator is 10x. So how do we get there? Well, the left one has an x already, but it's missing 10. Well, to get to 10, you do 2 times 5. So I'll do the same thing on top. So that will become 8x minus 2 after distributing. So the right fraction has the 10, but what it's missing is the x. So I need to multiply the top by x as well. And when I distribute the x in there, x squared plus 5x. And this time when I'm adding like terms, I can combine. Well, I guess I did on the previous problem too. I like to write my x squared first. And that would be 13x minus 2 all over 10x. So with the next one, the least common denominator will be a 4 and an x squared. So as you're piecing this together, 4 is fine, but we only have 1x, so you have to multiply the top by x as well. 3 times x is 3x. And on the right piece, we have the x squared, but we're missing 4. Well, 2 times 2 is 4, so you have to multiply the top by 2. 1 times 2 is 2, and the plus stays there. And that's the answer we're looking for. So as we get into more complicated things, it might be in your best interest to factor the denominators first. And that's what the advice is as you read these problems. So if I factor this denominator, I can break out a 5, and I'm looking at y minus 3. Can't do anything with the numerator, so we'll leave it alone. But look at the next piece. We have a y plus 3, y minus 3. So the reason why it's advantageous to do the problem this way is there's no reason to write y minus 3 twice, because it's common between both of them. So what the common denominator will be is all of these pieces, 5, y plus 3, and then y minus 3. And that's it. You don't want to write y minus 3 twice, otherwise you'll be creating more work for yourself. So as I look from this denominator to the bottom one here, I have a 5, and I have the y minus 3. It's missing y plus 3. So I need to multiply that denominator by y plus 3, which is only acceptable if I also multiply the numerator by y plus 3. And as I distribute that forward to the problem, I get 4y plus 12. So the same question for the next one, going from this fraction down to here, I have y plus 3, I have y minus 3, I'm missing the 5. Well, that means I have to multiply the top by 5 as well, and that's 25. So kind of wish I wrote a little bit smaller, but I can write it off to the side that this final answer will be 4y 12 plus 25 is 37, all over 5, y plus 3, y minus 3. And that is it. I know as a math teacher I'm probably making this look easier than what it is, but it's going to take some time to figure this out. So again, as I factor, I'm just trying to change colors, factors of 20 would be 5 and 4. Okay, and I'm not changing that numerator, x minus 3. Same thing with the right piece. Factors of 8 that add to be negative 6 will be negative 4, negative 2. I'm not doing anything with that 2. So as and if it helps you, highlight that x minus 4 is shared between both terms. So as you're getting your least common multiple, you don't want to write x minus 4 twice. Just write it once. So as I'm looking at the top fraction, I have x minus 5, I have x minus 4, it's missing x minus 2 down here. So I'm looking for what's missing because I have to multiply the top by the same thing. Now be careful, you better FOIL that out. Maybe I should change colors and show you that I'm foiling. X times x is x squared. Outside's negative 3x, inside's negative 2x, that's negative 5x. And negative 2 times 3 is positive 6. Same question on the next one. I have x minus 4, I have x minus 2, I'm missing x minus 5. So I'd better multiply the bottom by x minus 5 as well as multiply the top by x minus 5. And again, I'm trying to emphasize the distributing there, that I have 2x minus 10. And my final answer, I do need you to simplify. X squared, negative 5x plus 2x is negative 3x. And 6 minus 10 is negative 4. And here's the thing that is very difficult to learn, is to look for if the numerator is factorable or not. Because the numerator is factorable. It wasn't factorable on the previous problem, but this one it is. So let me show you that. You would factor as x minus 4, x plus 1, and the reason why you would do that is I can actually cancel out the x minus 4. So the best answer is simply this, x plus 1, and there's no need. You don't have to FOIL this back out. You can just leave your answer like that. So yes, this is a difficult concept. The next part of subtracting is not much different, but what you have to make sure that you do is when you subtract, you distribute that subtraction as well. So I like how it sets you up where the denominators are already the same, so you don't have to change them. I will go ahead and factor x plus 2, x minus 2, just in case something happens, but you have to distribute that minus to each piece. So it's 3x minus x. Here, let me write this out. It's really minus the x plus 3. So 3x minus 1x would be 2x. And 7 minus 3 would be 4. And if you thought that you would be done, you would be mistaken, because if you look in the numerator, you can factor out a 2, a greatest common factor. And the reason why that's necessary is because now you can cancel out the x plus 2. And the best answer on this one is 2 over x minus 2, and that's it. So looking at the next one, well, this time there's actually nothing common between the two of them. 2x minus 1, but it is a difference of squares, 2x plus 1. We'll leave that x minus 3 alone. Minus, I could factor out a 5 in the next one. Okay, so there is something common. And the thing that's common is the 2x plus 1. So as I do my next step of having the same denominators, I have a 5, I have 2x minus 1, and I have a 2x plus 1. So what's missing? Well, this one's missing a 5 to go from here to here, so I have to multiply the top by 5 as well. We're looking at 5x minus 15. But as I look at what's missing in the next one, it's missing a 2x minus 1 to get down here. Not only do I have to distribute the 2x minus 1, but I also have to distribute this minus. So that's why it becomes a minus 4x and then a plus 2. And I'm kind of over factoring after all of it's said and done, so hopefully this is it. 5x minus 4x is 1x. Negative 15 plus 2 is negative 13. Yep, I don't think anything cancels. 5. 2x minus 1, 2x plus 1. And it's more practice, it's just more stuff, you know what I mean? X plus 2, x minus 2. This is why it was very important that you learned how to factor. Now what some people do is they'll change this minus into a plus and sneak that negative into that numerator. That's fine as well. So if you were to factors of 20, that'd be plus 10 minus 2. And so if you look at what's common, right now we have x minus 2 is in common. And remember, we only write it once. But yeah, we're going to have an x plus 2, x minus 2, as well as an x plus 10. So as I go to distribute, or what do I need to distribute? Going from here to here, I need to add the x plus 10. So I have to multiply the top by x plus 10. And that's going to be after distributing x squared plus 10x. Same thing with the next one. I need to speed this along. I'm missing an x plus 2. Got to multiply the top by x plus 2. So that would be a minus 6x minus 12. And then combining like terms on that one, x squared minus 4x minus 12. That one actually can be factored as x minus 6, x plus 2, and let me rewrite the next one, the bottom, a little bit differently because I want to cancel out the x plus 2's. I'm getting really close to the end of my time, so I feel like I've done enough problems where you can probably tackle the rest of these on your own. Maybe letter D is kind of a difficult one. And then number 4, more of the same thing. X minus 1. Well, what are you missing from here to here? You're missing an x. So you have to 1 times x is x. And what's important is that you distribute the negative 1 to both the x and the 1. So as I distribute, I'm going to have x minus x plus 1 over x minus 1. And what you'll see is a few things will cancel. You're left with 1 over x times x minus 1, but none of the answers match that. So let's go ahead and distribute x squared minus x. I believe that would correspond to this answer, option 3. So I know I skipped over a problem, but for the most part I've explained what you need to, but I want to keep this video under 15 minutes. So more or less you're ready for the homework.